Hello everyone, this is Carrie Anderson. Hope you all doing well. Today I'm here with another video related diabetes. So if you didn't subscribe this channel or hit the bell icon, please do that. So we will come with more videos so that we will overcome this diabetes together. So we will talk about today the diabetes, the differences between type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 and type 2 diabetes both occur when the body cannot properly store or use glucose, which is essential for energy. Sugar or glucose collects in the blood and doesn't reach the cells that need it, which can lead to serious complications. Type 1 diabetes usually appears first in children and adolescents, but it can occur in older people too. The immune system attacks the pancreatic beta cells so that they can no longer produce insulin. There is no way to prevent type 1 diabetes, and it is often hereditary. Around 5% of people with diabetes have type 1, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Type 2 diabetes is more likely to appear as people age, but many children are now starting to develop it. In this type, the pancreas produces insulin, but the body cannot use it effectively. Lifestyle factors appears to play a role in its development. According to the CDC, that is Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, around 90 to 95% of people with diabetes have this type. Both types of diabetes can lead to complications such as cardiovascular disease, kidney disease, vision loss, neurological conditions, and damage to blood vessels and organs. The CDC estimate that over 30 million people in the United States probably have diabetes, but 25% of them do not they know they have it. So another type is gestational diabetes. This occurs in pregnancy and typically resolves after childbirth, but some people then develop type 2 diabetes. So what here the article will look at the differences and similarities between type 1 and type 2 diabetes causes. Type 1 and type 2 have different causes, but they both involve insulin. Insulin is a type of hormone the pancreas produces it to regulate the way blood sugar becomes energy. Type 1 diabetes. In this type, scientists believe that the immune system mistakenly attacked the pancreatic beta cells, which produce insulin. They do not know what causes this to happen, but childhood infections may play a role. The immune system destroys these cells, which mean that the body can no longer make enough insulin to regulate blood glucose levels. A person with type 1 diabetes will need to use supplemental insulin from the time they receive the diagnosis and for the rest of their life. Type 1 often affects children and young adults, but it can happen later in life. It can start suddenly and it tends to worsen quickly. Risk factors include having a family history of diabetes, being born with certain genetic features that affect the way the body produces or uses insulin, some medical conditions such as cystic fibrosis or hemochromatosis, possibly exposure to some infections or viruses such as mumps or rubella cytomegalovirus. Type 2 diabetes. In type 2 diabetes, the body cells start to resist the effects of insulin. In time, the body stops producing enough insulin so it can no longer use glucose effectively. This means glucose cannot enter the cells, instead, it builds up in the blood. This is called insulin resistance. It can happen when the person always or often has high blood glucose when the body cells are overexposed to insulin. They become less responsive to it, or maybe they no longer respond at all. Symptoms may take years to appear. People may use medications, diet, and exercise from the early stages to reduce the risk or slow the disease. In the early stages, a person with type 2 diabetes doesn't need supplemental insulin. As the disease progresses, however, they may need it to manage their blood glucose levels in order to stay healthy. Risk factors for type 2 diabetes include having a family member with type 2 diabetes, having obesity, smoking, following an unhealthful diet, a lack of exercise, the use of some medication, including some anti-seizure drugs or some medication for HIV. People from certain ethnic groups are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. These include black and Hispanic people, Native American Indians and Native Alaskans, Pacific Islanders, and some peoples of Asian origin, according to the CDC. Also, we have prepared the free complete step-by-step video which will show you how to control diabetes naturally by following easy diet and simple exercise. Check the link below in the description box. Any questions, please comment in the box below. I will reply you back with your query. And do not forget to subscribe this channel as I share 5 free tips on controlling diabetes every Sunday. Also hit the bell icon to get the instant notification every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care of your lubby and tubby once